Joining me today is Bendable Straws. How you doing, my guy? So,
how's it going, man?
We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about shop credits. We're going to talk about bonus stuff randomly, a whole bunch of free stuff. Like as long as you raise your hand, and we're also going to talk about shop credits. Did we already say shop credits? I don't really remember. We're going to talk about all of that. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
All right. First things first. We got a new promo code. This came out late yesterday or the day before. Operation Sinister. What do you get there? I already unlocked it, but what do you get?
You're going to be getting 150 power cores as well as 150 L4 training materials. We have a little interesting story about L4 training materials we're going to talk about.
Yeah. Hey. So, which is going to lead us to the next question is, do you want 30,000 L4s? No, but do you want them? You can get them. No. Oh yeah, raise our hands, right? Everybody can use that, right? So this has been like the first code in about a week. At any given time, you can pop into my Twitch chat or my Discord chat and type in exclamation codes with an S, and it will give you the most current ones. The ones that have an expiration date are current. The other ones that do not have expiration are perennial, and most people have already collected them, like 4 Yelena red. One may work, one may not work. I don't really know. They don't work for me anymore, but this is kind of controversial. Message from customer care. This was not me. 132 million and then 13,000. And then because Pathfinder is my best friend, Pathfinder went out of his way. Sarcasm! Holy moly, sarcasm. I feel like I say this stuff sometimes in videos and like Twitch chat gets that I'm just being ultra sarcastic. But also this. So tell me what this is about.
So this is a reward, I guess, from your investment in your secret warriors that they're going to be giving back to you. Since the release of the blog, they're giving you back the resources that you were to invest in your secret warriors because they're giving out the tokens that they had released in the blog post prior. Right.
So if you upgraded any of the reworked characters, so that would be what? Yo-Yo, Teenage Warhead, Negasonic. Tell me who's the other ones?
Domino
and Quake. Domino and Quake. Yeah. So they didn't tell anybody about this, but in the blog post on Friday, they said we're going to give tokens through these events to get people up to level 95. And then they privately told us to share to the community, hey, if anybody spent resources in the 2-week period from the announcement till the time that we said we're going to give out these tokens, do all these backflips, raise your hand, contact customer service, talk to bots, and you get your stuff back. I had to message them in game. Although someone put it in my comment section or someone pinged me on Discord, instead of going through the bot, you can also email them directly at msf.support@scopely.com. How much did you get back?
I got back, was it like 64,000? I believe I sent you a picture of it. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't expect much back. I thought I was going to get back like 10 million, 20 million, nothing that was as polarizing as that.
Yeah. And I got to suspect that people, I got to say, it's almost always been like this. And I don't think it's right or wrong, but in general, since the time I've been playing Marvel Strike Force, like the general feeling is, if I got something for free, I'm the best. But if you get something for free, then why doesn't everybody get it? And it's kind of, and I've never really understood that on some level. Like if my neighbor for some reason did some weird loophole with his taxes and the IRS, the bad guys, what's equate IRS to Scopely? The bad guys gave him something bonus out of nowhere. I'm not going out there screaming, well, I deserve it too. I was like, cool, you got your stuff. You know what I mean? It's just like, I feel like sometimes the community is too quick to pit each other, player versus player or whales versus Krakens. It said, they're not the enemy here, right? We gotta kind of have a unified front against the developers when they're doing weird stuff. But I'm not ahead by doing this. I'm getting what I would have gotten, and the point is, well, that's not true. I have them now instead of having wait until the event comes. But otherwise, it's the same amount. I don't get I'm not getting bonus stuff. This is stuff that I spent and that I would have had to spend, or I wouldn't have spent when I got those tokens by playing the events, right? So the only advantage to someone that is able to take advantage of this is that they get to use the characters now, but I've not used these characters yet. Have you used these characters anywhere at all?
No, they definitely are going to rely on Phantom Rider, that's for sure.
Yeah, so I guess for me, I'm not getting any benefit from this at all. It's just that I got a refund on the resources that they wouldn't give me for free. But here's the point. Nobody got anything for free. If you did invest your secret, you did invest. That's the wrong word. Nobody invests in this game. There's no investment in Marvel Strike Force. Okay, because you got to tell me your story, right? You willing to tell the story? Anyways, if you put resources into the Secret Warriors, message customer service in email. You did something else also. Do you want to tell that story right here, right now?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
and use the keyword too, because the keyword's funny.
So you can message support and give a little bit of information based on what you have, right? And I had asked about my amount spent in Marvel Strike Force over the course of, let's say, 2,300 days played, right? Hi, Bendable. This is Richard. Thank you for sharing the information to confirm the ownership of your account. Currently, a total of $17,000, 136 and 57 cents has been invested in this.
Oh,
I hope this helps.
Listen,
feel free to contact us again anytime you have concerns.
All right. First things first. Invested and Marvel Strike Force and money should not ever, 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 ever be in the same sentence ever. Because when you put any money into Marvel Strike Force, it is gone forever. The way that I equate it, and maybe you'll agree or disagree, it's like I go to a movie, right? I'm paying for entertainment, but when the movie's over, there's nothing left over. That money that I paid for the ticket is gone. Same thing with Marvel Strike Force. Any money that you put into Marvel Strike Force, I mean, maybe you can flip your $17,000 account on the secondary market for like $200, $300. I don't even know, right? Nothing, right? Yeah. And, but here's the thing. A lot of people say that Marvel Strike Force is like gambling. And I say, no, it's not. That's a disservice to call. There's disservice to casinos to equate Marvel Strike Force to gambling, because when you walk into a casino, you could leave with more money than what you went in with. That'll never, ever, ever happen in Marvel Strike Force. It is nothing like a casino. Anyways.
You're not walking out with Ultra Cores.
You got some Ultra Cores. Anyways. All right. So this is a big problem right here. I've not been keeping up to date with the blogs. Can you tell me whether they're fixing the shop credits anytime soon? This is a mess, right?
Yeah, shop credits, they're currently farmable in like the showcases and stuff, but it's only like 500 per attempt. So you get like 5,000 per refresh. That's 5,000 a day. It's not really anything monumental to take advantage of, like the Ultimus Orb. That's really, really good now. I don't know if you guys saw that video, but it's really, really good.
Yeah.
The Ultimus Orb is now 6, 6, and 6 instead of it being a random jackpot in the middle. And you're gonna.
It's pretty diluted though. It's pretty diluted.
Yeah.
It's pretty diluted if you're just looking for like the 3 most recent teams, which they just added to that, which is what I've got it right here. They just added a cursed into it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they just added a curse to it. But like if I'm just looking for Halvering, Santana, and the Hood, it's low return. But if your account is not stacked, yeah, it's actually a pretty good way of doing it, right?
Yeah, if this game has taught us a lot about resource management and hoarding. It was a bad time, and I'm glad we're out of it. But it definitely pays off with the shop credits. But I feel like they're also doing this to drain us of that resource before they start making that necessary.
Yeah, and I feel like this a mess right now with shop credits, and this is mostly going to negatively affects all the players, but it mostly negatively impacts new players, because I opened a new account a week before shop credits and they gave me 2 million. That account flew through the game. Then my account that came out a little bit later and we still had like the Thunderbolt showcase was like, I can barely get ahead. Now you don't even get that. I can't even imagine what it's like to play a new player account without Here's 1,000,000 shop credits, because that goes so far in so many different ways. And now they're not doing any of that. This is a mess, right? This is absolutely a mess.
You know, as a new player, you would love to see that in a battle pass or a strike pass starting out, right?
Right.
See that start to accumulate on the free track, to build yourself up to be successful in the game. I would really love to see that incorporated in easier ways than to really force it. You know what I mean?
So this is something that happens to you and I every day. You stream a lot. I don't stream as much as you. Actually, you're one of the first people that streams more than I do as number of hours, which has not happened in a long time. People, you're going crazy on Twitch. So this is something that I know is true. Almost every day, someone pops into my chat and they say, "Hey, old guy, old fart boomer." They say that to me. I finally unlocked Professor X, right? And this was a thing for a long time. Whatever Legendary was out, whatever Odin, whatever Big Chase, people were pretty excited about what they got, right? And I'm super thrilled that we're getting like Quasar and Blastar, but nobody's coming into my chat and saying, "Hey, I just unlocked Blastar. Hey, I just unlocked Quasar." Nobody's saying that. Nobody's excited about it. What are they gonna do to give us that excitement? It feels like it was a long time since Professor X. I wish we could get something quarterly or twice a year or something. I feel like there's a big gap. We don't know if we're gonna get like an interim Odin type event with Purple 5 and we're going to get an Odin-ish character, because Odin technically was in a different cycle, not inside of a, right? It was different, right?
When was the last Road Ahead blog?
No, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. That's the communication we're missing.
Yeah.
But they've made it into these strike times and interviews with the devs. That's been becoming our somewhat Road Ahead. Sort of just so, and I sort of like it, right? I love when they release informations. I love when they do these in-depth danger room videos, you know what I mean? Actually showcase the game and actually really show what's coming and this and that. Because when information trades hands, it can be very problematic. I'd rather just the developers let us know, hey, this is what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, because they have way faster embargo dates than we can ever imagine, right? Because it has to go through so many approvals and this and that. Like, the way we've been getting information is much better. I just wish there was a bit more clarity to it.
Right. And I know that a lot of people, very clearly a lot of people are still in the hunt to get Professor X. And, it's a thing, you have to plan. It's a struggle. And I'm sure a lot of people don't like that process. But, I've been feeling somewhat dissatisfied once I got Professor X, almost to the point is like, okay, now what? I feel like, yay, I beat Marvel Strike Force, you know what I mean? And like, it's just like, okay, when's the next new? And it's like, and not that needed to be something annoying to unlock or super pay heavy. I'm glad with their generosity, and I'm not trying to say, hey, thanks for the Quasar, but I mean, that's like, them handing out $100 bills and I'm like, hey, but they're folded, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, but it's like, I feel like they should be doing something more, something in addition to that, like another type of thing. So something to do, that's, like similar to Professor X. I don't know if you have any other thoughts on that. It's just kind of weird, because this is generally when the people feel like the best about what they've done in Marvel Strike Force. People all the time, every time somebody unlocked Professor X, they pop in my chat. They're telling me about it. It's like, that means that's the game doing something right. People feel like they did something that was exciting, right?
Yeah, a milestone achievement, a literal achievement, because it's a literal milestone. It's an achievement. You beat the game pretty much. So you really ask yourself, like, now what? Like the game that you play, Raid Shadow Legends, like we were talking about earlier, that path to Arbiter is something that Marvel Strike Force could really benefit from.
Yeah. It's and that is a 6-year-old character that is still viable. And like, when you start, it's pretty much the Path to Arbiter teaches you how to play the game. That would be like getting like what you said, like an Old Man Logan right out of the gate, or like a promo code with Old Man Logan, or promo code with Shadow King, and then you could use Old Man Logan to get Shadow King, whatever, right?
Yeah. Say you did this Path to Arbiter or Path to Professor X, you could even call it, because they were part of his saga, quote unquote. And if you complete this saga, you get to pick one of 7/7 Shadow. I'm not going to put diamonds in it. 7/7 Shadow King or 7/7 Old Man Logan. You pick the fate, because no matter what, you're going to need the other side of the coin anyway.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty good. All right, well, head over to Bendable's channel. Also, your Discord. I'm going to tell you something. I've got about 5 total Discorded. I'm in like 200 or 300 Discord servers, and I have about 5 of them unmuted, and yours is one of them.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm dead serious. Like,
always a wealth of information.
You're really prompt with new codes and things like that. So you have a good. My Discord sucks, by the way. Yours is amazing. I've got a garbage Discord, so I'll put a link to Ben Nibbles' Discord. Anything you want to say before we go?
Let's really try and get at this next danger room, y'all. I'm appreciating
we'll get
the
it tomorrow.
Amount of trial and tribulation in this danger room. We have about maybe 32 minutes of the time recording this video. It's going to be a really good one come Monday. And
16 minutes, but anyways.
Yeah.
Danger room starts tomorrow. Can't wait. All right, bye for now.